Hey, what's crack-a-lackin', guys? So I'm just gonna do this real quick since the patch notes recently came out, and I gotta say this stuff is stacked and it's really good. So let's get right into it, shall we? So as you clearly can see, we got A Ravi, Luna, Calric, Mort, Roaming War, Domino, Mercedes, two of the artifacts, and also Calric's exclusive. Getting right into it for A Ravi, pretty much they added injury to her, and the severity of injury can't speak. The severity of injuries increases proportionate to the damage dealt. So more injuries, more damage. Pretty broken, depending on what you use her for. Mostly counterattack and stuff. So Soul Burn would definitely increase damage, of course. Um, Her passive is almost the same, but they actually increased her combat readiness, which is also amazing too. So she's kind of like not like well, more like Ravi, I guess you would say. But they also did something with her S3 too. So her S3 literally recovers 30% of the health and increases combat readiness of 100% before granting skill nullifier. And it also says damage dealt with this skill increases every time somebody dies. Gonna stack up to 3 times. So if you pair her with Rem and Ilanov, crazy team combo setup. I think she's like at a like 9 out of 10 for this particular patch preview that is for Ravi. Well, a Ravi. Luna, they changed her soul burn pretty much. For her soul burn, it increases to the max amount for Infinity Slash, so amazing. Then they also increased her critical hit chance and critical hit resistance by 30%, while also keeping her other passes as well, like increasing attack, blah 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 blah, stuff like that. Then they also added penetrates the target's defense, and it gives you an additional 5 souls when the enemy is defeated. Pretty much when you use her S3, you kill somebody, you get another soul burn, so she can have her Infinity Slash for next turn if you want to use that soul burn in particular or not. So that's really good as well. So if I were to give her a rate for this one, I'd say 8 out of 10. She's pretty good, stacked. Now Calric, they changed up the pretty much from S3 giving you stealth, they put it on S2 so he could survive longer. So that's pretty much what they did for him. So like you know how you usually want to use your S2 first with Calric so you can literally lock down somebody. Now you can to where he can survive, which is really really good as well. And also with his exclusive equipment increases attack of the caster for 2 turns before attacking when using dimensional explosion. So pretty much you have the increased attack, you have the extra damage to literally nuke somebody with the single target attack. Excuse me, that they have. So I'd say 7 out of 10 because he still has to survive technically, and you're always gonna have to deal with RB. You're always gonna have to deal with like a lot of hard hitting AoE attackers. But if you're getting first turn, it's a kind of a coin toss. So, but this is leading into the right direction. That's why I said 7 out of 10. And his exclusive equipment, that's really good too. Mort, I'm really surprised what they did with Mort. So, what they did with the soul burn, they increased his effect chance to 100%. That's okay. It's not nor effect ER. You know what I mean? But it's all right on that part. Then what they did is they gave him a self counterattack. So he has 30% chance to counterattack when he's attacked, which is really good actually. And then not only that, they increased his chance from 40 to 50 for his what is it called? Sacred Blessing. There you go. And then not only that, they increased his injury damage to 20% and increased his damage dealt as well innately. So I'd say for Mort, I'd say he's an 8 out of 10 for this one. So once they get this in here, we're going to be seeing some Morts, a lot more Morts. For roaming warrior, they pretty much just did decrease defense for 2 turns, and detonation damage is increased, which I was assuming so since uh, Samurai Series is coming out and those bombs are going to be ridiculous. Then you also have his Go Raku after, where attacks all enemies with Raku, decreasing buff duration by 1 turn, before 100% chance to decrease speed and plant a bomb for 2 turns, and also gives him skill nullifier. Now, I'm not the hugest person who knows a lot about Roaming Warrior, but I do know that now he's going to be a lot better. So I'd say 7 out of 10. It's pretty good, but I can't really judge the character because I never used them. Now Dominion they changed up a lot too, to where she has a 40% chance to stun with her S1. Then when you soul burn, it has a 100% chance, and also with her Nixie's Grace, it literally just goes. It gives her like a special ability to say to where it just uses Blizzard Cape. They kind of changed it around a little bit. I don't think they have the reflect portion on it. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have the reflect portion on it. But it pretty much just gives. Oh no, wait, they do. I'm sorry, I lied. It says cast a barrier and reflects on all allies for 2 turns with frost magic. Yeah. So she pretty much has a reflect and everything else too. That's good. And also with her S3, attacks all enemies with large blocks of ice with 90% chance to stun for 90% chance to stun for 1 turn, and 100% chance to decrease combat readiness by 15%. Increases the speed of the caster for 2 turns. All in all, I think this is some good changes for Dominion, so we'll probably see her more often. I'd say 7 out of 10 for her as well. Let's see. We also have Mercedes. They really wanted to push the fact that people are going to take Mercedes out of their vault and actually use her. So, with her S1, increases combat readiness of the caster by 50%. It's good. No. Is that S1? I'm not too sure, actually. But, if you take a look here for a Dimensional Rupture, attacks all enemies with Life Sphere with a 70% chance to dispel 1 buff. Not only that, when the caster is granted increased attack, activates Dimensional Rupture as an extra attack, and Dimensional Rupture deals decreased damage and can only be active once. So when there's less enemies on the field, pretty much, she does more damage, which is great. I like that. Then also for her Blazing Eye of Kale, it pretty much releases all the power from the book and increases attack of caster for 2 turns when this is awakened. Increases attack for all allies. So not only is she an attack buffer, but the fewer enemies that are on the field when she has the increased attack, she's absolutely mauling over people, which I think is really good. I'd say she gets a 9 out of 10 for this patch once this goes through, because this is really gonna like get people to use her, like with the special change for like Abras, for example. But I don't know. Maybe not. Point being, this is a step in the right direction. And then we also have Merciless Glutton. When using a single attack, increases damage dealt by 16%. When an enemy is defeated with a single attack, it increases combat readiness of all allies except for the caster for 12%. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, yes, an extra 60% damage dealt is good, but the increase of combat readiness, I don't know. Maybe. Like, most of the times when people get this skill, get this artifact, they literally just use it for Powder of Knowledge. And I feel like that's not going to change. The last one, and the really good one that I think, is when you use a non-attack skill, increases combat readiness by the caster by 24%, and has a 100% chance to increase attack for 1 turn. So, when Celine has this artifact, which you're probably going to have it on her anyways, not only does she get increased attack, but she can literally cut people. So, I think that's a really good change for this artifact. Not only that, I think the artifact was fine before, but this makes it even better. So, I mean, screw it, right? But that's pretty much all the juicy tidbits of this patch, this next new patch. What do you guys think? I think that Ravi, Ravi, Luna, Mort, and Mercedes on point with the patch. On point. Very good. Calric was it's okay, but I don't know. I don't use him like that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And like and subscribe if you want to see more patch previews like this. I want to make it a little bit more better, but for right now, I feel like I had to get this out because this is some juicy stuff, guys. This is some juicy stuff. But other than that, I'm gonna do Guild War later on. Hopefully, you guys watch that too. And as always, you guys have a nice day. Okay.